Ever since getting drafted into the NFL, Kyler Murray has been one of the most hated players for whatever reason, and I could not tell you why. He has not been able to shake the midget jokes. Every single time you see Kyler Murray or his name gets brought up, you probably hear the association with Call of Duty as well. He loses a game, people will tell him to go back and play Call of Duty, and this didn't help that when he signed his extension like 2 years ago, there was a clause in his contract, probably put in by Steve Keim, our former general manager. Cardinals fans do not like this guy, so if you're familiar with Steve Keim, you're probably not hearing good things, especially from us. But he put in a clause that literally required Kyler Murray to study film for a certain amount of time, which went off to have Kyler Murray go off on a tangent, saying that he is honored. And if you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna play a little snippet right here.
It's almost, to think that I can accomplish everything that I've accomplished in my career, and not be a student of the game, and not have that passion, and not take this serious is almost, it's disrespectful, and it's almost a joke. It's, to me, it's I'm flattered. I'm honestly flattered that y'all think that at my size I can go out there and not prepare for the game and not take it serious. It's disrespectful, I feel like, to my peers, to all the great athletes and great players that are in this league. This game's too hard. To play the position that I play in this league, it's too hard.
So it's safe to say, after all of those rumors and having that homework clause in his contract, Kyler Murray was fed up. And I mean, justifiably so. That is an insane thing to put in your contract, especially as an NFL player. And honestly, I really think it is ridiculous. He was playing at an MVP caliber level at one point, and you don't really do that unless you are studying film and you are in the film room. So for whatever reason, this was put in his contract. I couldn't tell you why, but it was there, and the hate just continued to grow. Everybody is subject to their own opinion. I completely understand that, but Kyler Murray is ready to take a massive step in his career. Not only on the field, but off of it as well, and I am very excited to see what he is capable of, because it finally feels like with the right coaching, with Jonathan Gannon, he is going to reach his ceiling, and Kyler Murray is going to elevate even further beyond the MVP level we saw him a couple years ago. Now, this is crazy to think about because, in my opinion, Kyler Murray had flack as well for one thing and one thing only, and that is his leadership and his maturity. He was constantly asked about it. Larry Fitzgerald was even asked about it and shut down all the rumors and basically saying, this kid is good. He's a leader, but this is when he was his teammate. A lot of people have come out and said that he does need to grow. Like Kelvin Beachum, who was on the team like a couple years ago before he re-signed with the team, kind of came out and said Kyler Murray does have room to grow. Beachum went on Arizona Sports 98.7 and said that Kyler Murray needs to be a man and grow up. These are pretty harsh words, and honestly, it's not even harsh in my opinion. It's honestly just holding him accountable, which is 100% okay. At the end of the day, if someone is struggling in a certain aspect and you are in the NFL, you want your teammates to hold you accountable no matter how hard it hurts. It might string the heart chords a little bit, you might get a little emotional in the moment, but at the end of the day, it is coming from a good place. Kelvin Beachum knows that Kyler Murray had to grow up, become that leader, because all quarterbacks have to have that trait. They have to be leaders. So Kelvin Beachum calling him out honestly might have benefited his career a little bit, and I think with a coaching staff change, it's gonna help him even more. And I think something kind of shifted in his head, especially after his ACL injury, that honestly, this is a once in a lifetime thing. I think he realized that being in the NFL is not something you can take for granted, and it can be taken away from you in just a split second. Kyler Murray, after he tore his ACL, was quoted in saying, "I've never felt like that before, and I was on my back just looking up." This is his first big time injury, by the way. He said, "I know people that have done this injury. I made that cut a million times. Obviously something like that happens. You kind of just know it's not normal." But he didn't know he tore his ACL. After a big time injury, I mean, your mind starts to shift. You may never not be the same player again. You don't know how you're going to come back, and you don't know if you're ever going to be that same MVP kind of guy again, and you're probably going to be scared for your knee the next time you play football. So when he did come back mid-season, no one knew how he was going to perform. But Kyler Murray was locked in. He was determined to get back on track, and he was ready to prove everybody wrong. And when he did come back, you could just tell a lot of things shifted. Whether it was the coaching of Jonathan Gannon, whether it was his mentality coming back from an ACL tear, Kyler Murray was a different player on and off the field. You could tell there was a maturity level that he did not have in years prior. You could tell there was a leadership thing that Kyler Murray had. The way he handled himself in post-game interviews was completely different. This is a new Kyler Murray. And speaking of new Kyler Murray, I mean, he was playing in a brand new system. He was taking snaps under center for the first time in his NFL career, college career, and high school career. He has been playing in shotgun his entire life. So coming off a torn ACL, Kyler Murray not only had to struggle with that and come back from rehab, but he had to learn how to play under center, which is a lot more difficult than you probably think. The footwork is different, first of all. You got to learn how to three-step drop back. Your timing is different. Everything is different than what you're accustomed to. So Kyler Murray had to come back from that. And in my opinion, I think he did a fantastic job. 10 touchdowns total passing, 5 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns, and this was coming off a torn ACL too. The guy's only going to get better, and with Jonathan Gannon here to kind of mentor him, I think it is a match made in heaven. It is someone he highly respects. I mean, DJ Humphries, when he was here, literally said the culture shifted after Cliff Kingsbury. So a lot of people are accountable. They're not afraid to gut you. So if you're not a fit, you're not on the team. And Kyler Murray is still here. I know it's hard to void that contract, but I promise you, Kyler Murray is ready to be a franchise quarterback, and this team fully believes in him, as they should, and he is going to be on track in 2024. And I think he's going to get back to that MVP level, and I think a lot of it is because of his play on the field, but also his leadership and his accountability and maturity off of it. I'm not exactly sure who to pinpoint, who to think, but Kyler Murray is definitely taking these steps, and you can see it. I think this is going to greatly benefit not only him as a player going forward for the rest of his career, but it's also going to benefit this team, and I think we are going to see that in the win column as well, and Kyler Murray is going to lead this team to a very successful season, and we are going to prove a lot of people wrong. Mark my words. So all those Call of Duty midget jokes, like, they gotta stop at some point. It's just getting corny now. He's gonna come prove everybody wrong this season, and if he stays healthy, which is the only knock that I have on his career, I mean, he's gonna come back and he is going to ball out. With that being said, that is pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. Post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. And also, let me know down in the comment section below if you guys have seen the maturity leap from Kyler Murray on and off the field. I know I'm not the only one seeing it with my eyes, so let me know. And also, something I want you guys to do as well is go ahead and predict Kyler's stats on the season. How good do you think he's gonna do? I want passing numbers, I want yards, touchdowns, interceptions. I want his rushing stats too. Rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, everything you guys have. I just want you to drop it in the comments. So when at the end of the season, when everything is finished, you can come back to this video, you can see what you predicted, and you can see how close you were to predicting Kyler's stats. Me personally, I think he's gonna throw over 25 touchdowns. I think he's gonna throw like 10 interceptions and have 7 rushing. When it comes to the yards, I'm going to say he throws for over 4,000. This is going to be one of his better seasons yet. I am completely ready for it. With that being said, like I said, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.